Hey guys, it's Paul here with Trade Binary Options with Success and Binary Options Peak, coming to you guys with a new trading tips episode. Today, we're in episode 8, and we're going to be talking about candlestick patterns. Now, are candlestick patterns important? Yes, they are. They are very important for anyone on any trading style. Whether you're professional or beginner, knowing at least a few basic candlestick patterns is very important, whether you're trading short-term or long-term. Now, why are they important? It's a good question. They can help identify reversal patterns and continuation patterns. They also help identify bad times to trade. Basically, when you look at a chart, you're looking at candlestick patterns when you're like, you know what, today is not a good day to trade, or this time period is not a good time to trade. That is based off of your candlestick patterns. Now, knowing basic candlestick patterns is vital for your daily trading. Now, should you memorize pages after pages of these patterns? Because there are pages and pages of them. No, I don't recommend that. I think it's best just to memorize a few and practice those. Once you have those memorized, and they're basically second nature to you, you can keep adding a few more at a time. Now, first, I will discuss the most common reversal candlestick patterns that I see most often and ones I think are very important for you to know. Now, before we begin talking about candlestick patterns, it's good for you guys to know the basics of a candlestick, if you don't already. Now, basically, you have your bodies, which on a candlestick pattern, depending on how your chart is set up, can be filled with, say, red for when it's going down and green for when it's going up. Now you have the wick, where basically it's showing that it's gone to that point, but it's not at that level anymore. Now, we're going to be talking about bullish and bearish when talking about our candlestick patterns. Bullish is when a price opens lower and closes higher, creating a green or positive candle, which is a bullish candle. Now, a bearish is the opposite, where it opens high and closes low. Now, the first pattern we're going to be talking about is a bullish engulfing. Now, if you remember what we talked about before, bullish means it's closing higher than where it opened, basically saying it's a positive candle. Now, it's a very strong reversal pattern, and it will show up after a downward trend. Now, if you look at this picture, you can see that it's on a downtrend, and then we see a bullish engulfing candle. A bullish engulfing candle is where it opens lower than the previous candle and closes above it, so it's engulfing it. Now, there are a few rules to remember. First, it's most meaningful toward the end of a downtrend, meaning it is signifying that it is becoming a reversal pattern. So it's important having it after a downtrend, not say when it's flat or towards an upward trend. Now, second, the candle must fully engulf the previous candle. If we look at this example where it's circled, we can notice that it's fully engulfing it. Now, that is saying even the lowest wick where it opened and where it's closed is fully engulfing. Now, the first candle must be bearish candle, while engulfing candle must be a bullish candle. Now, if you remember what we said, bullish is positive, bearish is negative. So we can tell the candle before the bullish candle is a bearish, red, negative candle, and then the candle after is a bullish engulfing. So you need a bearish candle before, so you need your red candle before, and then you need your green candle after fully engulfing it, is the basis of using the bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. Now, next, we have a bearish engulfing, which is the exact opposite of a bullish engulfing. It is after an upward trend, and instead of a bullish, it's a bearish candle, meaning it's a red candle or negative movement candle. It is engulfing a bullish or green candle. And notice that it opens above and closes below, so it fully engulfs the previous bullish candle. Now, the same as what we talked about before, just the opposite, which will allow you to really memorize these very simple, because if you look at it, it's basically one thing, but just the opposite of each other. Now, this candlestick signifies a reversal to start a downward trend. Now, that means we need to have an upward trend and have this candlestick pattern, which signifies that we should be seeing a downward trend begin. Now, just like before, it's most meaningful toward the end of an upward trend, and the second candle, which is basically your first candle before your bearish engulfing, it needs to be bullish. So you need a green candle, and then you need your red bearish engulfing pattern for this to mean something. Now that we've talked about two very important candlestick patterns that were basically the same but just opposite of each other, we're going to be talking about two more that are very similar, meaning that they are the opposite of each other. First, we're going to be talking about the hammer. Now, it gets its name because it similarly looks to a hammer. Now, what you're looking for is the candle that is circled right here. You're looking for this pattern where basically you have a big drop after a downward trend and then momentum shifts, moving the real body up higher. Where you're going to be seeing this candle, it's going to be a positive or green candle after a red candle. Now, after we see this, we will see this on a downward trend, where it is important after a downward trend. But a little bit different than the other two we previously talked about, we need to look for a confirmation candle. A confirmation candle tells you that yes, this trend is reversing. Our confirmation candle is also a positive or green candle. Now, it may be a different color if you're using different setup. If we have a, say, positive candle, green, we're looking for that as our confirmation. So the order that we're looking for is on a downward trend. We have our hammer pattern right here. Then we look for our confirmation. After that, it's showing you that yes, the pattern is reversing from a downward trend to a positive or upward trend. Now next, we have the hanging man. Exact opposite of the hammer, but coming after a upward trend. Now, same as one we talked about before, it needs a confirmation candle. So basically what we have is it looks similar to a hammer, but instead of being a positive or green candle, it is red. But it has the same similar body where it has a long wick and a small real body. Now, something to note on this. What we're looking for, the three candles that we're looking for. The very first one, which is your green candle, which is coming up from an upward trend. You have your hanging man candlestick pattern up here. And then after that, you have your confirmation, which is in this case, negative or red candle. Now, once you get that confirmation after, you will notice that it has begun a downward trend. Always wait for that confirmation, be patient, and wait for that. Now, how is this going to help you? Adding a few different candlestick patterns to your trading arsenal can greatly help your trading. Basically, it will allow you to know more about what is happening before you, right in front of your eyes, instead of just basically having an idea. This way, you actually know what's happening. This will greatly help your price action trading. Now, these are just a few of the many candlestick patterns that are out there. We will start with a few and build from there. Now, don't overwhelm yourself, which is why I'm only giving you 4. I would memorize these and notice these. Go back in your chart history and look for them, point them out, and think about them. Print off a page of this, memorize them until you have them memorized and you know exactly what you're looking for, then add more. Alright, that wraps up today's episode. Don't forget to check out my latest videos. Now, if you ever have any questions, never hesitate to contact me. You guys know my Skype and my email. It's all in the description. And don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter. That way, you guys will always be notified on any new and recent changes. So, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.